Hi, I have a secret, so come closer. Closer? That's better. Well, the secret is this. You're not in the steak business. You're not in the grilled salmon business. You're not even in the wonderful dessert business. In fact, you're not in the food business at all. How do I know? Well, your online reviews, such as Yelp and Google reviews, tell me so. In fact, 80% of your negative reviews don't even mention food at all. Hi, first a little bit about me. My name is Dean Burgess. I have a degree in economics, 20 years experience in the consulting and data analytics. I'm a restaurant owner and I have 8 years restaurant consulting experience. Now I'd like to tell you a little bit about Sterling Reputation Consultants. Well, we opened our first restaurant in 2008. In fact, it was initially successful, but later on, the restaurant started failing. We changed our recipes, we changed menu items, and we offered promotions. Nothing seemed to work. Then we noticed the bad online reviews. We'd fix one, and then 5 more would pop up. And we noticed that most of the bad reviews weren't complaining about food. And that's when we realized we weren't in the food business at all. We were in the people business. We trained our management and staff and then became a highly successful restaurant. And that's when we formed Sterling Reputation Consultants in 2012 to share what we learned with others. Born of fire, tested by ice, confirmed by legions of loyal guests each day, Longhorn Steakhouse has grown to become the undisputed home for great steaks done right. Founded in 1981 in Atlanta, Georgia, the restaurant began with one man's passion for a perfect steak, but had very few guests to convince. Then a freak snowstorm hit Atlanta in 1982, stranding motorists and drawing them to one of the only hospitable places available, a restaurant then called Longhorn Steaks Restaurant and Saloon. Tales of expertly grilled steaks soon spread like wildfire, and the legend of Longhorn Steaks was born. By 1990, the restaurant had spread throughout the East, Midwest, and Southwest with approximately 500 restaurants. So let's do a quick SWOT analysis of Longhorn Family Steakhouse. Your strengths, your weaknesses, your opportunities, and your threats. First, let's go through your strengths. We all know Longhorn Steakhouses has great food, and you have a large menu variety, the largest in its class, and you have a family-friendly atmosphere. For some of your weaknesses, let's go to your online reviews. This is what Tammy R. said. We waited 45 minutes and then noticed the hostess was seating people that came in after us. Then they got our order wrong. We won't be back. This is what Juanette S. said. The waitress was rude and obviously having a bad day. No drink refills at all, and when we asked her, she had an attitude. This was our anniversary too. Just terrible. And this is what Barbara M. said. The restrooms were so slippery with grease that I almost fell down. My husband said the men's room was the same way. It's always like that. Be careful. Have you noticed that we're not talking about food yet? But this is what Tom B. says. Another steakhouse that doesn't know how to properly cook steaks. Don't you know what medium rare is? I just don't understand. Well, what he's actually talking about is there was either a miscommunication or poor training. Again, we're talking about people. So let's go through your weaknesses one more time. Sometimes have a problem with cleanliness, long wait lines, and sometimes rude employees and managers. But it all boils down to people. Now let's look at your opportunities. You certainly can have a clean restaurant. You can value your employees and management. You can have better training and in return have happy customers. So let's take a look at some of the threats to your business. You're in a very competitive marketplace. You have Texas Roadhouse right across the road. You have Outback Steakhouses just a few miles away. And in downtown Noonan, you have the Bays and the Cellar Restaurant all competing in your market. Also, if you don't have proper training and properly staff your restaurant, you can lose employees. Employee turnover in the restaurant business is higher than almost any other industry. And it's not just front and backline staff. You could also lose your management team to your competitors. So, if you don't have better training, proper staffing, and a happier work environment, you could ultimately lose your customers. There's no question about it. An unhappy staff leads to unhappy customers. So, your most valuable asset as a business isn't the fancy decor. It isn't the kitchen utensils or machinery. It isn't even the building you operate in. It's your people. So, the key to your business is training and nurturing your employees. They really are the future of your business. Just remember, happy employees equals happy customers. And it doesn't stop there because happy customers are loyal customers. Jim Rohn said, when you invest in people and lift them toward their potential, they will love you for it. If there's one thing that I want you to remember about this presentation, it's this. A CFO once said, what if we invest in our people and they leave? And the CEO answered, what if we don't invest in them and they stay? There's a couple of quick recommendations I'd like to leave you with. Monitor review sites daily, manager training, employee training, and clean your restrooms before or after each shift. In conclusion, I'd like to remind you of just a couple of things. You're in a great location in a vibrant community. You also have threats from a highly competitive market. And you need the right training of employees and management, and that can lead to increased employee and customer satisfaction and increased company revenue and profits. I just wanted to thank you for letting me speak to you today. And as my gift to you, I'd like to give you this nice bag of swag with a canvas tote bag, a notebook, a pen, an insulated water bottle, and a t-shirt. All just because I care and because you gave me this time with you today. Thank you.